Welcome back to Corporate Time. I don't need you to count me down. I know when to
count
start.
You down.
You don't even have to count it down. Just I'll look, and then as soon as you hit start, I'll know.
Well, you started before you hit record.
Yeah, you did.
No, well, I thought you were doing some long three. That's how you bully.
No, I mean
not everything is a not everything.
That's how
is a
you
joke.
tell me subconsciously that you're in charge.
Not
of this
everything
operation.
is a joke.
You're
in
the
here.
captain now.
I don't want to be the captain. I never have. Hey, Canadian Josh is on the line. What's up, Josh?
Hey guys, good to see you. How you guys doing?
So, Josh,
I've eliminated your theme song, by the way. Executive decision.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gone. It's gone.
first, let's find out. You lost that bet you placed with the online.
yet.
It's ongoing.
Not yet, buddy. 24 pounds by August 6th. It's going to be tough.
I think you can do it.
What are you down now?
Yeah, what are you down?
I'm down like 42.
Wow.
That's great.
Congrats.
It really shows, too. You look good, man.
Yeah, but it's the last 24 that you're not going to be able
yeah.
to do. Like your
It's
body
gonna be
hits.
rough.
The
Yeah,
dad muffin.
yeah. Your body hits.
Well, it doesn't matter how he looks. It just matters if he gets the weight off,
Yeah, it
right?
just needs the numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so don't even worry about the muffin or anything. You just gotta drastic times come from drastic measures. You're gonna have to shave your head, shave your beard, shave your pubes, all
Everything.
hair.
It's all coming off.
Yes.
I work with a real man Russian doctor. Maybe he can prescribe me some meth salts and, just caloric intake
Yeah.
of
Ooh,
300
that's a
a
shot.
day.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
need
shot
to
at Tom.
lower, and you're gonna have to do a lot of colonics, and you're gonna have to dehydrate yourself.
When is plastic surgery going to become cheaper?
It is.
Because I
A
feel
lot of it is.
Yeah, if you go out.
And how
of-
much just to suck out all the fat?
Liposuction?
Yeah, liposuction.
is that what they
now.
call it?
Because that seems real easy. Like they
I
just,
think liposuction. I don't think liposuction is done. It seemed okay. Let me rephrase that.
$3,200.
It seems like liposuction.
that's worth it.
It seems like liposuction was real hot for a very long time, and then it just sort of disappeared. As soon as people started dying, getting liposuction, it seems like. Do you guys know?
Yeah,
I only
but
know
they're
one
getting-
person that's had two. I know two people that have had liposuction. That's it. It's not very common. Breast augmentation, I know hundreds of
Yeah,
people.
Tommy
yeah.
Tucks, Brazilian butt lips.
Nose,
Yeah,
nose,
yeah.
getting your nose done. I probably know
Facelift.
10, 15
Botox
people.
is huge.
Botox, I know hundreds.
But it's like
Lip fillers.
it seems like,
Not
But
really
fake
surgery.
ass and liposuction, I don't know one fake ass. I don't know, not even one. I don't know one fake
I
ass.
see them now. I see the fake asses. Like the more resort pools and like.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
If you go to
Not
Blizzard,
that I could say definitely 100% fake ass.
if you go to Blizzard Beach at any time during the summer, you will see a fake ass. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
I see
Because there's
more-
especially the amount of Brazilians. I mean, there's
Well,
a lot of Brazilians that have fake
Yeah, because
asses.
they're amazing Brazilian doctors that you could go to. You could go to Brazil right now with different laws and different qualifications, and the doctor's still amazing. It's just not an American doctor.
yeah, it'll save you 5,000.
Or more. But I've never
anyway-
seen the fake ass in the wild, only on the Madonna.
But people struggle to lose weight so much. You think that liposuction, like people would get better and better, and it gets safer and safer, and cheaper, and then people would just do that all the time.
Well, you need to think
I
about
know
your-
you get like it grows back weird sometimes.
It gets lumpy.
But then it's like, can't they go in and fix that?
No.
Like you go in once a month, or not a month, every 2 years, and you get it all.
and get my lumps evened out.
yeah. And it's like that seems like
No.
someone would pay for that instead
Okay.
of working out and eating right, because that's hard as hell.
I know a couple of people that have had liposuction. From what I was told, in older versions of lipo, I'm just going to go on what I was told.
Yeah.
Older versions of liposuction was a lot more invasive, right?
Yeah.
Because your body has fat cells all across it, like distributed all across it. From what I was told, this could be all BS, and I could have just thought this, and it's a myth, and I'm an idiot. But I was told that your body has fat cells distributed throughout it, and those fat cells that are in those areas are those areas' fat cells. And when you start sucking those things out, when you regain weight after liposuction, you get the disproportioned body.
Weird,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get weird curves and weird lumpatures. That's a real word that I just created.
Yeah.
You get weird
Yeah.
lumpatures all over your body when that fat grows back, and you will stay a lumpatured human until you die, because look, you're altering. Now that I could be wrong, but this is what I was told.
Yeah. I have also heard that.
And I've seen it, and it looks pretty lumpy.
I just thought that, they would figure out and have a way to
Smooth the lumps.
Yeah, smooth the lumps or figure out a way to keep the maintenance better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems
It's like
it,
a cake with too much frosting. You don't leave the frosting in that area. You take that knife that doesn't have a blade on it that's just for smearing things, and you spread it out, smooth it out good.
almost every single person I know would like to lose some weight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you're asking
I don't know
me if
anybody.
I would like liposuction, if it wouldn't make me a lumperture, I'm
yeah.
in. I'm in.
Maybe it's impossible. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing good. This is the best segment I've ever done so far. I'm really enjoying it.
I want to get your fat sucked out, sir. How can we make this
please.
happen?
So what do you want to talk about today?
Well, the first thing I actually sent Sam in a prop for this. So Sam apparently has that ready. I was scrolling through TikTok and it was giving me weird facts about Canada. And one of the things they said is you cannot tear Canadian currency. So I left it at that. I didn't Google it any further. What I did was I got a $5 bill and I sent it to Samantha.
Yeah.
And because you guys can tear American dollar bills, like
You already
just
defiled it by putting Canadian Josh on the actual.
It's a beautiful. I mean, your money.
It is pretty.
Can I just give Canada a compliment? Your money is striking. That is the most gorgeous bill I've ever.
Yeah, I
Our
like the
money is-
see-through.
Why'd you send the $5?
It's got a prism
It's
window.
the smallest bill we have.
Oh, I guess that's true because you get the Looney and Tooney coins.
Yeah, Loonies and Toonies.
Yeah.
My God, you guys
That's
even have
stupid.
windows on your money.
You
Well,
got
should
you got coins called Loonies
Wait,
and Toonies.
why do you guys have an astronaut on the back of your money? You don't have any space program.
Yeah, they do.
We help out. We give the arm, the hydraulic arm that does the lifting. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
Come
all
on.
Canada.
Don't
Hold
do
on.
that again, Josh.
Yeah, all Canada does all of this stuff. They're doing the.
So should I give this to the strongest man in the room to see if he can rip?
Yeah.
Let's see if Tom will be the one who.
Well,
thinks he
Well,
can,
he's
tear
the
that.
strongest physically, but I'm the strongest mentally.
First of all, there's one, I don't even have to touch it, and I could just tell I can 100% rip this
There's
thing.
some kind
No.
of weirdo plastic in the
Yeah,
middle.
I think it's got plastic in the center, and you won't be able to do it. It's like a trick.
So
All right,
Damn,
can you do
Tom,
it?
I'm about to
Can
fall out
you
my chair.
tear
Can you meet
Canadian-
me halfway?
My God, this guy, be a
Holy
gentleman for
smokes.
Christ's sake. He just wants you to lean down so you can see your cleavage.
no, that's not true.
I know that
Jeez
trick. I know that
Louise.
trick. I do that with my wife all the time when she's handing me a Diet Coke. I'm like, a little more, little more, little more. She gives it to me, and she's like, that's 12 today, Trump. I drink a lot of Diet Coke, man. Woo!
Oh,
It's
now I got
fine.
Josh's
He got that right.
address.
'Cause
This
Diet
does.
Coke is
Hold on.
delicious.
Now I'm starting to go back because this does feel like just a plastic, some sort of tarp.
You don't think the Canadian?
This
you
is
don't
not
think the Canadian
paper.
Josh is smart enough to send a bit, cross North America to you just so you look stupid on his podcast?
So why-
on our podcast? I gave it to you, Josh.
Why is Canadian money made out of plastic?
It's economics. It's cheaper, right?
if it
You don't
gets
have
wet-
to. You guys are always have to print new money. They don't have to take them out of circulation as soon.
Smart. They're so much smarter
Yeah, you
than
can
us.
take Canadian money to the beach.
How dare you.
Have you ever bought a Mexican pizza with wet dollar bills in your bathing suit?
Right,
I have.
exactly.
I have done that.
It is
And
kind of dumb that we use paper.
we use
It's so easily destroyable.
And listen, my
You
argument.
wash it in the washing machine, ruined.
If they were that smart, they'd be like, "Well, it's warmer down there. Like, why are we stopping here?"
right.
That's
I
all
got
I'm
it.
saying.
Are you gonna try and rip this or
Anyway,
not?
yes, I will.
They
Okay,
got it.
There we go.
They
On
got it.
camera.
Here we
Health
go.
insurance.
There we go.
This is here we go.
Man,
Ready?
let's
And
see
we
if
tear
TikTok is right.
Oh my God!
Yeah! All right, Dad.
It's
Dad. All right, Dad, you got me. Why did you call Josh Dad?
No, I said God.
He was gonna say "damn it" and God, and he said "dad."
Does that mean you think you're Jesus? Because
I
you're calling God
cannot
Dad?
rip it. It's plastic. It's just a stinky old
Hold on,
plastic.
watch
There's gotta
hair,
be
okay.
there's
I-
gotta be
it's
a
garbage.
trick to. Hold on, like let's power team this. Let's be smart about this. Yeah, this is just straight plastic. There is no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even like. That's pretty
It's
amazing.
not even like a plastic bag. It's some fortified plastic.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So
with
is
some ghost on the front.
Josh, do you know if the initial cost for this $5 Canadian piece of money here, if the initial cost of this, how much more this would be than our paper money would cost?
significantly more, but they stay in circulation longer. So that's a, pays for itself type of thing.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Do you have rules? You wrote your name on there. Is that illegal?
Well, my hope was you'd pin it up in the bathroom, because when I was in the studio
I'll
there a
pin
few
it
years
up.
ago, I don't think I signed.
I'm going to wipe with it and flush it down the toilet because your money is not as good as our money, and we're the best.
Yeah. I could buy like a quarter of the books with this money.
How much would this get me in a Canadian strip club where it's fully nude?
That's just your standard minimum tip right there. That's the bare minimum.
So that's like $1.
Coins at them. Yeah.
I'm not throwing any Looney Toonies at them. What's the biggest
Hold on.
Canadian denomination?
1,000.
Okay.
1,000.
So I am going to I'm with Sam here with the astronaut in the back.
Thank you.
Because
You're not known for that.
Yeah, you have the arm, okay.
Does
but
it have the
Give
person's
me,
name?
No, but it has an astronaut too, and it's like
Right.
you guys weren't a pivotal factor in our space
They're the
program.
arm.
Or they're like, I never even.
No Canada, no arm, sir.
All I
That's
hear
right.
is like there's a bunch of
Put
like
Alanis Morissette on the back of that thing.
there's Americans and there's
I'd
Russians
support that.
up there, but I never hear about
Put a
Maple
Canadians.
Leaf.
You know what? Put a grumpy and shell-shocked Mike Myers on the back of that. Now you got, like, when Kanye's telling him that George Bush doesn't care about black people. Put that Mike Myers on the
He's got
back
a new
of it.
show on Netflix.
This is
I'm not interested.
this
me
is
neither.
stolen valor. you're like, we do space. And you're like, no,
They
you
just-
don't, Canada.
They,
We do space, America.
let me
Thank
see,
you.
Let me see the back of this. I got to check this out.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
Russians.
realize this would turn into stolen valor.
Do they have the astronaut's name or any? Oh, it does. Even on the arm, they wrote Canada real big. Like, Canada's
Make
responsible
sure we're
for
in
the
there,
arm.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what you guys are known for.
And isn't the space station? It's not even a thing anymore because Russia's like, we are done.
No, but well, that's
Pull
the
it
thing.
down.
It's
Pull it down.
I've only heard about Russia and the United States up in space,
And who's
then
this other
China's
guy?
up there messing around.
Who's this other guy on here? Who's this guy?
That's John McDonald. He was the
John
first Prime Minister of
McDonald.
Canada.
Who would guess that John McDonald had nothing to do with McDonald's and Ray Kroc invented McDonald's? That's crazy.
All right, Josh, what do you got next?
All right. Well, there is a lot of hockey going on, and you guys are the hockey capital of the world.
We really
right now,
are.
Florida.
We
How
really
about Tampa, by the way, Sam? Man, I jumped on that Panthers bandwagon, and it did not
How
work out.
dare
so.
you?
I'm glad that I at least know a little bit enough. I've been watching enough hockey where I said, and I think everybody here will back me up, that the Maple Leafs, far better team. And I even said this going into the playoffs. I was like, the Toronto is going to be a hell of a lot harder than Florida would be, and Florida they were bad.
Yeah, they
were
essed the bed big time.
Yeah, they
And
did.
I don't think I've ever seen a team that dominated during the mains. I mean, the first half of the season, they were the team. They were it.
Yeah.
They were not losing. And then they get to the playoffs. I guess they squeaked through the first round, and the second round not so good for them. So yeah, go Lightning.
Yeah, and just on staying on the hockey theme, and you guys are watching a lot of it. Are you guys any rules in hockey that you guys still find a little confusing? Primarily the icing rule. When I talk to people who are just getting into hockey, the main question I get as a hockeyman is the icing call.
Do they mean like why? Because I know it's when the puck goes all the way down, nobody's there, they shot it, it crosses the blue line, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and there is a little bit of ambiguity, and that's why I just, for all those people who are just getting into hockey, we talk a little bit about icing. So
let's talk about icing.
Yeah, so basically, obviously, the center line divides the rink into two halves, right? So with icing, if any player shoots the puck anywhere from their side of the red line, crosses the red line, and goes over the goal line in the other end, that's icing. It's an automatic stoppage in play, and the faceoff comes down to the side that shot it down the ice. Like I said, there are a few little nuances in it. Pretty interesting. The reason they started the icing rule a long time ago, back in 1937, the teams could just shoot the puck down all the time as a delaying tactic. So if you had a 1 or 2 goal lead and it's coming into the game, they were just shooting the puck down crazy, delaying the game. So that's why they introduced the icing rule back in
Makes sense.
Back in 1937.
Yeah, they were always trying to keep things. It seems like there are some sports where everybody fought to make it more exciting and faster, and there are some sports where that just absolutely will not happen, such as baseball.
You know what I just thought about? I don't like professional sports teams named after the whole state. Because
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I
right from-
agree.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
Florida
like-
Panthers, Florida Marlins.
Yeah,
you're
because
out.
Tampa's in Florida too.
no, but yes, and
Pick a city.
It
yes,
seems like it,
just pick a because I guarantee the people in the Panhandle of Florida. Like, if you ask them, like, you support the Florida Panthers, and I'm like, I am 6.5 hours away.
Right.
Yeah, right.
The games are played in Miami. Like, for me to drive from Tallahassee to Miami is an insane trek to even see the quote unquote Florida Panthers, named after the entire state. It's got to be a city. Get with the times.
Oh, man.
Get with the times.
You know what? I support Get with the Times. Don't you dare hit that button, Sam.
I never.
Welcome back to a new segment called Get with the Times. I think we should change Josh's segment to called Get with the Times with Canadian Josh.
I never liked the fact, like, if you go to NFL, like the New York Giants and the New York Jets, and then it's like, well, they can't both be the same. And then it's like, oh yeah, but they like the Jets basically play.
Chat room's coming at you. What about Carolina Panthers? It's named after North and South Carolina.
Don't like it.
Don't like it.
Pick
New
one.
England Patriots.
I didn't say there was an exception. I'm saying I don't like it.
It all stinks.
The New England Patriots are an exception because I feel like everybody just knows it's Boston. Like everybody's just like, it's Boston's Patriots and New England. I don't even know what that means really.
Like when I think of New England, I think tiny state, right?
Yeah. And they're
teeny.
Yeah.
A teeny area is what I think
Rhode
of.
Island.
I'm
an area.
like Delaware. I'm like, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Listen, I don't like the Washington Commanders because then
I like the name.
But it's like you're DC. You're in DC. Like you.
There should be the DC Curry.
There's an entire state that we call Washington. It should be called the DC Commanders. What the hell?
DC Commander sounds pretty good too.
D Commanders.
Yeah.
The C is Commanders.
Hey,
by the way,
DRC,
I hate their name. Anyway, so
are you comfortable with icing, Tom? You kind of get a grasp on that?
I understand it, and because there has to be a rule, because if not, people would take advantage of just hitting the puck over there, and then the fastest guy to the puck always will have an advantage, right?
Know, one of the things,
kind of like in soccer, when you kick the ball in front of the person or behind the defenders.
Being offsides?
Offside.
Well, they have offsides in hockey too. So icing is similar, but like in it,
Yeah.
it's just to not give a unfair advantage to the team who's taking advantage of what's happening at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And there are two exceptions. If you are on the penalty kill, if you are shorthanded, you can ice the puck unlimited times. They just say that kind of evens it out a little bit. And the linesmen also, sometimes you'll see them wave it off. If the puck's going down, looks like it's about to cross the goal line to cause an icing. But if the linesman deems that the player who's going after the puck can potentially play it, he'll wave the icing off. Those are the only two exceptions.
Let me ask you this, Josh. I have a gripe for a rule
yes.
because I'm watching playoff hockey and
Get with the Times. Welcome back to Get with the Times. And there's a segment within the show called Get with the Times called What's Really Bothering Me Right Now.
You know what's really got my goat?
Yeah, here's your host of What's Grinding Me Up, Tom Van. Take it away, Tom.
When they go for a face-off, right, and not the main face-off, but like a side face-off, I don't know what it's called.
It's just a face-off.
And the referee's holding the puck and getting ready to drop it, right?
Yes.
And the players are and they're antsy because
they're dropping a dog biscuit.
And then they always like just when he's about to do it, they like one of them jumps the gun, or like they both start jumping the gun, and they're like, "Well, hold," and then they I feel like if you jump the gun, then you're like, get out of here. I'm giving it to the other. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you flinch or whatever, it's like
that kind of happens.
You know what I'm saying?
If you do there was a hand pass in one of the games.
I love that Tom just wants everything to be the NFL.
No, but it kind of happens.
Well, they're both jumping the gun, so it's like the whole purpose is like to time when the referee drops it, and then you get the puck first. If you're constantly like, like, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like,
I like that. Yeah.
I kind of like it too.
And it wastes time. You're like, stop. We have to calm, and it has to be fair before I drop the puck.
Don't say they waste time. I mean, hockey is the fastest sport. There is no debating that. I mean, football looks like a snail's race compared to anything hockey.
Well, all right, let's compare it to the NBA. When they do a jump ball, if the referee was getting ready and a player jumps before the ball, I don't know why they do that because it's right in front of them. It's big,
stupid player.
but it would be like, hey, or the other team gets the ball. You pre-jump.
You just want them to be penalized for it.
Yeah, it's like in racing.
It's like
if you jump the start, you get penalized.
You get disqualified.
Yeah. So it's like you hold steady, you hold, and if you try to jump in early, then you should be penalized.
Let me point out something broadcasting here. The number of times I've said Dick's qualified on this show is too many times. Can't not say it.
What else you got, Josh?
I do agree with you there, Tom. I yell at the TV all the time. You got to get the sense too when the linesman's kind of holding it there. He's a little bit drunk with power. It's like, I'll decide when this game's going to restart. I think it should just be a countdown. Everybody's in place. 3, 2, 1. I'm dropping the puck.
I've been
Tom,
watching.
Tom hates countdowns.
I've been watching.
as we heard earlier.
I've been watching all of these games, and one of the things that was mentioned in one of the games by a broadcaster that I'd never thought, why don't they do this? They were talking about how they stop play like when a puck hits the net.
Yeah.
Right.
You're familiar with what I'm talking about, and like all the nets though. All the nets are black,
Right.
so they can't tell.
It's very hard to
It's very
tell.
hard, and he just casually says, "Well, why don't we just make the nets white?" And the whole broadcast shut down. It was like, "Kang!" Everybody was like, "That's a really good."
Never
idea."
thought
like
about that
It
before.
was kind of
That's
like
a great
that.
point, yeah.
It was
How
kind
did
of
they
like
never
that.
thought about it?
I don't know, but I laughed because I was like, "Was that real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that they never thought. No one's ever thought of that."
Or make them green.
It's probably because people above, it would obstruct their view.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
More than
Some of the spectators,
more than likely, yeah.
Or make them green, and and during the telecast you could
Get rid of 'em.
Get rid of them, make
Yeah,
them
it's true.
disappear, and then they're not
I
covering.
mean,
the-
this guy's thinking over here, man.
So
you
then
took
it's
your Adderall. That's not
Although black nets would obstruct their view more, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe.
Maybe it would blend too much with the ice,
Well,
and it'd be harder to tell.
Don't know. There's got to be a reason for it.
Josh, we got limited time. Anything you want to finish with something?
Okay, I got a real quick one.
Yeah,
then.
Tom's
Okay,
had it with you, apparently. You are not.
He's done with you, Dad.
He's
We only got so much time.
Mad at you.
Okay.
We wasted
Real fun
it.
fact: when you guys say the word Toronto, that's not how people in Canada pronounce it. Try dropping the second T, as in Toronto. No, they don't.
Toronto.
Toronto. I'll leave you with that fun.
Yeah,
fact.
but there's a T in there.
Yeah, but we don't pronounce it.
What are we supposed to do with it?
Well,
though?
yeah.
It's like, do you
no
say
worry.
Illinois or Illinois?
I say Illinois,
Yeah.
So you drop the S.
but both Toronto
Yeah.
and Illinois don't matter to me, so I don't say it very often.
Yeah. But we
It's easier to say. It's easier on the mouth, Dan. Just try it.
Toronto.
Toronto.
I like that.
we won
Yeah.
the war, so we get to decide
What
what we can know how our words
This
work.
guy's feeling himself
That's
today.
all
I
I'm
like
saying.
spicy, Tom.
When you win the war,
Yeah.
you get to write your own history.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
What
saying.
war are you talking about?
Well, I'm sure there
any
was some
war.
sort of war
All
that
old
All the wars.
forced
All the
the
wars.
Canadians north.
Yeah.
They
The
wanted
great-
to go south, but we're like, no.
Yeah, get up there.
Yeah.
You stay up there. That's what we
No.
said. We're like, you go up there and you stay up there with the moose and the bear.
Yeah.
And we'll stay down here with the sunshine and the bikini models.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it-
well, we burned down the White House. We'll talk about that next week.
What?
We burned the White House
Wow,
down.
don't
Yeah.
you ever speak like that.
that
Take that, Obama.
You know what? I'm taking your bit away.
That-
I can't have an un-American person on this show. That's not going to fly in my house.
all right, Josh. You got anything to plug before you go?
No, that's it. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you
right,
too, man. Beavers, be good. That is Canadian Josh, live from the Great White North.
All right, we'll get out of here. Have a safe weekend. Bye-bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Let's give away some stuff.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
So the last time Deborah from Fairvilla was in, she gave us these May the 4th be with you, mash up Fairvilla not safe for work pins.
Yeah,
Ah.
they basically have the, what is that, like a magic wand or a
Yes.
Hitachi that has been cleverly disguised.
One has a Mandalorian mask on, one is Yoda.
Baby Yoda as a Hitachi or
Yeah.
a magic wand. It's funny. It's not super crass. Nobody
Right.
would really know what it is. I mean, it's actually quite clever. So we have
were
these
like,
to give away.
how do we give these away? So we went into the BDM Nerds, Geeks, and Gamers subgroup, and I'm like, hey, best Star Wars joke gets the prize. So now we're going to go through this thread.
God.
We held. I think they were for us. Like Deborah's like, oh, you
Right.
can have these, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather. Like we've been doing this with a lot of stuff. Like Tony from Sports Subaru, he gave us this Rumple blanket. That's a Subi blanket that we're gonna we've been holding on to. It's really expensive, but we're gonna give it away, raffle it off to one of our listeners that bought a Subaru. Right?
Yeah, or
So-
in the Subaru group.
in the Subi
Yeah.
group. So yeah, we're trying to just do things. I mean, yeah, if you're a BDM and you're a member of any of our specialized BDM groups, you're gonna, you get free and cool stuff. So Sam jumped in there, said, "Hey, give us some Star Wars jokes. Let's see where it goes."
You ready for this,
No.
guys?
No.
You knew we'd hate it, which is why I'm glad you did it. Great job.
Why was Han Solo suspicious when he finally got inside Princess Leia?
Whoa, that's a
Oh.
slightly vulgar. Why
Allowed
was
to
he
say that?
suspicious?
Yes. Why was he
It's on the
suspicious?
fence.
Hold on, let me just try to think of how, because I can get inside the mind of a nerd dad.
Star Wars nerd?
You think you
Comedian,
can get in
yeah.
there and write the punchline
So
for him?
why was he suspicious
When he
And
was,
then,
in the other part.
Princess Leia?
Yeah.
It's like I know the old kind of racist one, the Obi-Wan
No.
Kenobi.
Because he couldn't feel the Force. Because of
Oh,
Force.
why? That's good.
Yeah, because he couldn't. Because like a lightsaber down a hallway.
Because it was
yeah.
lukewarm. Lukewarm.
Ah. Okay. All right.
How does the baby Wookiee taste?
Why are these all like aggressive? I thought they'd be cute.
No, they were. Yeah, they're
They're animals. How does that
he-
baby Wookiee taste?
Good, but he's Chewbacca.
Well, it's a little chewy.
All right, so then chew. I knew that. Hey, hold on, I'm on the board.
How did
I'm
Dar-
a nerd, Dad. You're
this
not
one,
a nerd, Dad.
This one got a compliment from Tony Palmiani.
Oh, that means it's real bad. Oh my god.
How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting for his birthday?
How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting? Your bike. Oh wait, that's a racist. Sorry, I fucked. Oh, I put on my racist Bulgarian hat. I knew that would make you laugh.
Because you legitimately accidentally cursed.
I did.
And that's the funniest. Anyway,
I never do that either. I must feel good.
so what did...
How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting for his birthday? He felt his presence.
That's
Felt
good.
his well,
I like
you and
that
Tony,
one.
old man,
I
love
like,
that joke.
You know, I love Tony. So, and hey, my calf hairs are falling out.
Are they?
Yeah, confirmed
No,
last night. My
no,
wife
they're
says my
not.
calves are getting smoother than they've ever been. Yeah,
No, you have to be older
Look.
for your calf hairs to fall out. You still have hairy calves.
No, look right here.
Oh, at the bottom they
Yeah,
are.
It's starting up, like it's coming up.
That's
Started
your
from the
socks.
bottom.
That's your
Yeah,
socks rubbing.
started from the bottom. Now I'm
All
bare.
right.
Started
Let's
from the bottom.
see.
Now my whole leg's bare.
What do you call an unshaved Jedi?
Hold on, an unshaved Jedi.
I wouldn't know this one because it's too deep of a cut for me.
Oh, God.
Star Wars.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
A fuzzy tauntaun.
Okay.
What
next.
Star Wars character sells hot dogs?
Oh, okay. We should be able to get this one.
Jar Jar.
Jabba the.
Some Jar Jar stinks.
No, it's not Jar Jar Steaks.
That was the greatest joke I ever did.
Wait, okay, so what Star Wars character sells hot dogs? Boba Sabret.
That is great, but it's Admiral Snack Bar.
All right, I like
Boba
Boba.
Sabret is.
Boba Sabret's way better.
Boba Sabret?
That's a better joke. Just change
Give
that.
me the pins.
I'll
take 'em.
And then stomp
This
'em.
one is a Star Wars and Tom and Dan hybrid joke, which
No.
I kind of like. What would they call Tom if he was a bounty hunter? This should be pretty easy.
Sloba fat.
Wow, that's messed up.
I didn't mean the fat part. I meant fat. Sloba fat is what I meant. But
Bumblefett.
The Vandalorian.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, Bumblefett is better.
Bumblefett is better. Give him the pins and stomp him. Should we just stomp the pins? Let's stomp them.
Well, we at least should stomp two
How
of them because our
mad-
jokes are better.
Yeah, our jokes were better. Well, we still got it.
This one's not even a joke. It just says,
I want to kill myself. Like somebody wrote something terrible. Like, don't write that.
It
That
says,
person needs help.
I'm horny. If you are too, you can get the deed too.
You know
Ooh, that Cactus Steve.
Yeah, kick him out of the group. Kick him out of the group. No,
And I don't
Cactus
know if
Steve
this
still
is-
thinks he's a bike week. He's lost in Daytona taking
Is
pictures
it
of people.
Bantha or Bantha? Are you guys familiar with this?
I don't. I'm
going
not
to
a
say
Star
Bantha.
Wars.
Bantha milk is froth. I'm guessing that's a squirt is pee joke.
Bantha is that big, looks like woolly mammoth that lives on Tatooine.
Tatooine?
I think something like that.
Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Oh, whatever it is.
Tatooine.
I see the hat on Facebook.
We see the same thing. Like, we
Everybody
both-
does.
I'm glad that you're not a Star Wars guy either. You're actually, in this universe, Tom has more knowledge because of his sons. My
Yeah, 'cause
daughter
I
thinks
watched-
Star Wars sucks, but he's all in.
What do you call a resistance fighter without a date?
Wait, they're called the Rebels, right? Relibit.
No, hold on.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Rebel without
Rebel without a
cosplay.
play. Rebel without a cosplay.
Han Solo.
No,
That was the. You know what? I had a personal whack-it machine that was gifted to me by Deborah that was branded the Hand Solo, and that company got sued by Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I still
usually
have it.
They send a cease and desist.
I still have it, and to add to his Star Wars collection, I sent it to my friend, formerly of the Buckethead show, Prince. Mm-hmm. I sent it to him to add to his collection because I'm not going to use it, but he thought it would be funny.
Like corny one-liner jokes. I can't even muster to fake laugh at them. Like, and my sons do
My
it.
daughter is in that phase. It
Yeah.
must be the age because all she does is Jackie the Joke Man jokes.
Yeah,
all day.
And so Max will tell me a joke, and it's not.
Yeah, it's like Laffy Taffy jokes.
Yeah, they're garbage. They're not even clever at all.
Yeah.
And I have to, because I don't want them to feel bad, I have to pretend to do some sort of laughter. And usually it's just like...
See, you're the one giving out the participation trophies, man.
Well-
You got to let them know they're not funny.
I tell May she's
Yeah.
not funny.
Got to let them know.
But see, there is a balance because I think what I'm doing is just mean to Maisie, and what he's doing is too nice to his son. Somewhere in the middle is where you want to be.
Because it's not like he's trying to become a professional comedian right now. So I just feel like a courtesy will just make him feel fine. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, oh, maybe I don't want him to think.
Oh, the chat room's making fun of you for mustarding. I'll laugh.
You heard what I said.
I think it's
I said mustarding. I said you heard what I said.
Stand by mustard.
I said what I said.
Yeah. I meant what I said.
Where does Luke Skywalker shop?
The Sky Mall.
That's pretty good too.
Sky Mall's good.
Yeah, but that's a real old man joke. It doesn't even exist.
He shops at
The Millennium Mall.
wow. This guy's killing
That's
it.
Orlando and Nerd.
Yeah, you tied it all. They give him the pen. Stop.
Give them to your sons. The secondhand store.
Ah, all right. I support that. That's
Oh,
good.
God. I can't.
All right, a couple more because as he's passing out.
Yeah. This is the worst segment we've ever done.
No, don't say that. There's more to come.
What are Star Wars clone troopers' muscles built of?
Okay, give us that.
Amino acids.
I don't get that one.
Yeah.
Camino. What's a Camino?
You hear about Darth Vader's second wife?
You worry about Darth. Why'd you say it like
That's
that?
what it says. You hear about Darth Vader's second wife. Her name was Ella. Ella Vader. The marriage had its ups and downs.
Oh my, this guy's got a whole bit. He's got a bow tie on. He's straightening it.
But that doesn't even have to do with Star Wars. Like, he just used Darth Vader, and that's the only thing that had to do with Star Wars. And like the Death Star, nothing was in there except for an elevator. Like, stupid. You just took a regular
Well,
dad
this
joke.
one I read to Daniel before we started, and I was like, I feel like this is the winner. Why is Princess Leia single?
Because she's a bitch. Because she's obviously 35, and if she's single at 35, no one's interested in her because she's what's left.
Also,
that social media guy said that died.
Jabba the Hutt did something with her.
Yeah.
And no one wants
Sloppy Jabba seconds.
Sloppy Jabba.
Yeah, nobody wants to be there after Jabba's been in there.
Yeah.
She's looking for love in Alderaan places.
Alderaan places. That's good.
So that's the winner.
All right. Yeah, give him.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Write him a curse word. Write him.
Right on the back of the pens, F you. And then put them in the mail.
Yeah. We'll give him the pens, but write F you on there.
Yeah.
Just
right.
so he knows.
Yeah, that we know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
you know what? That was easy. Now I know why, like,
People
radio
just read off the list.
You
You want me to pull up a list real quick?
Yeah, pull up another
what
list.
list can we do today?
What kind of list do you want?
All right,
Easy. I can do this all day. I just sit back.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm feeling
top
like
10 best party colleges.
okay, yeah. And then we'll
Is
debate
that what you want?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we'll debate it.
Yeah.
This is what radio shows
Or
do.
best city to live in.
2022 top party schools in America.
Yeah, is Florida State on that list?
All right, let's start
Number 1, I don't even know this one.
Okay.
Tulane University.
Tulane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Two lanes in New Orleans.
Yes,
You know
it
what?
is.
Two
Never
lanes,
heard of it.
2 lanes better than 1 lane.
That's right. Number 2, FSU.
Yeah, I knew they'd be on there. Some of the craziest parties I ever went to is FSU. There was a girl I met, gorgeous. I got to ask my buddy Dave about her. We called her the Snow Queen because she loved the cocaine. And she was gorgeous, though. And I would go up there because I wanted to hook up with her, and it never happened.
Number 3, University of Wisconsin.
Badgers, right?
You would think like
aren't they Badgers?
You would think though, like the schools that are furthest away from everything, like Wisconsin, would be the most party schools because there's nowhere to go.
But a lot of people move from Wisconsin down to FSU to, they go to cooler states.
Yeah.
If you
because there's nowhere to go.
If you had it to do over again and like money was no object, would you go to a college away from like your mom and away from Orlando? I think I would.
I originally wanted to go to San Diego University.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool.
It's just so
it's a great city.
insanely
I just wanted to go live there.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to be? I mean,
I mean,
it's beautiful.
Go to Hawaii, you know, like
Right,
you go to
right.
some ridiculous.
I wanted to go the furthest away on the other side of the country.
I thought about that. I was always jealous of kids that you talk to them and you find out that they went to like some crazy, or they went to school abroad. But I was like, that'd be really neat.
You never, like, I was pretty close with all my friends growing up, so I would want to be near. Like, if I went to school in California or whatever, I'd probably never, or it'd not be as close to my friends.
You guys are still very tight, and I feel like you had what's very odd, and I would love to study it. Like, remember back when we used to say, oh, I'd love to do a documentary about that. What you guys have, your Miami friends, and that core group, is very much like what I had in DeLand in a small town. And it's odd to me that in such a large area that is Miami, you guys had that. And you still stay together. The relationship similarities are there.
Yeah, but people think of Miami and they think South Beach or whatever. I grew up in a suburban.
It's just Florida. It just looks like Florida.
I grew up in a suburb, no different than any place in Florida, except for real small towns or whatever. It was just a bigger suburb, but it wasn't near South Beach or anything like that. It was no different than Castleberry. You know what I'm saying? Really. Except for everybody spoke Spanish. Like that was it.
Right.
Number 4.
Yeah, do it. Sorry.
Howard University.
Howard. Black school?
Mm-hmm. Predominantly.
Where is that at? Where is
Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
Is that what? Is that where
How do they
Cliff
even-
Huxtable went to Howard? Right.
I don't remember.
These lists are curated by
Alexa, where did Cliff Huxtable go to school?
Like, I'm curious to okay, so your wife did a little bit of this when she worked for the news station, right?
Yeah,
where
she experimented with ladies.
well,
Is that what we're talking? Oh, wait.
Where she just, created online content, right? So this, obviously, there's people out there, writers and stuff, that are employed by companies to create some sort of online content.
Yeah, online journalists.
And so that it gets clicks and they can sell ads, right? With how many clicks it gets. So I'm curious to how much time and effort they even put into curating this list, or if they just make it up because no one gives an F, and
It's
it's
usually
all
like
about
an
clicks.
intern or somebody that has zero to no journalistic integrity or experience that makes these lists.
So they're not, and what I'm saying is they're not even bothering to quantify this in any way, right? They're just like, oh, New Orleans, Tulane, and then there's like, are they going by any
Gainesville, UF, no.
Are they going by any statistics at all?
Yes,
Like,
you know what? Somebody else's list.
It says the rankings are based on student reviews and nightlife statistics. Top party colleges have a vibrant and diverse party scene. They offer fun options.
I don't believe that for a second.
But
They
what
looked at somebody else's list. They just scramble them up
Yeah,
again
yeah.
and put it back out
But
there.
like,
That's
what-
what everybody
Yeah.
does.
what student reviews? The
Nobody.
students that go there?
No, this is the Bob Saget effect. What
Yeah.
happened when Bob Saget, the news broke,
Yeah,
right? They
just
talked to
copy.
us, and then everybody took, because they so wanted us to say that he died from COVID, they so wanted us to say that they just copied and pasted TMZ's article and threw
Yeah.
it in every other article.
Yeah, it was just TMZ was the originator and everybody copied it.
Yep.
Kind of like gambling. Like there's one book that's originator and everybody just copies that number.
Right.
Because
Number
they don't-
5.
Yeah, there we go.
University of Alabama.
Yeah. Not a fan.
A lot in the South. You
Roll
think
Tide.
there's none in like the Northwest or West. Like
Wisconsin.
You think some California school or
Number
Arizona?
6, University of Georgia.
Yeah, I'll
Number
get parties.
7, Syracuse University.
Yeah.
Number 8, University of Illinois Urbana Campaign.
Urbana Campana.
I don't know that one. Oh, and number 9, University of Southern California.
Okay.
And then number
USC.
10 is West Virginia University.
Huh.
It's just weird that like Arizona. You would think Arizona would be a party destination?
Would you? I wouldn't.
I
I don't think party when I think
What's that
of it.
lake? Lake
Like Havasu.
Lake Havasu. Yeah.
But
I don't see Arizona anywhere on here.
I've heard a lot of good things about Arizona lately. Like in the
University of Miami came in at 25.
Yeah.
They party, but that's an expensive school.
Yeah, not only is it expensive.
All of these schools are expensive,
Yeah.
really.
You need. I know for sure that like doesn't have the party culture that FSU or even UF or even
You would think though, Miami,
UCF.
right? Like,
Yeah, but
you think Miami, I think party town.
I always learn the people that I know that went to Miami. Ed Till went to Miami. The people that I know that went there were never partiers. They were always like really all about academics. Like it's a
Interesting.
good school.
And the party scene that you want to be involved in takes money and clout and stuff like that. Like a true college party or party town is you have to be a student and you can go to the keg parties.
And it's rough around the edges. It's, yeah.
And in Miami, literally UM is in the middle of Miami, so it's like there's nightclubs and stuff, but it's the scene is overpowering the college.
Yeah.
Like the South Beach scene and all the club scene and stuff. Like they don't even care if you're affiliated with the college. Like you want to be rich and like. You want to be someone, or like the people that are partying, like they dress up and they go out, and it's like
thing,
a club scene, and it's a different. It's not the stereotypical college party. It's not the Burt Kreischer.
I mean,
keg
look at
stand
EJ.
crowd.
EJ, football player, but went to UM, and he is a smart nerd.
Yeah.
He still fits the narrative of the guys I know that went to Miami. That most of the people I know that went there, they weren't partiers. Most of my FSU guys are partiers.
Now,
Any girl I know that went to FSU partied their ass off.
Yeah. And I understand, like EJ would probably, because he does this all the time, where he'd be like, "No, I party down there," or
You
like,
didn't
"I know
party.
He
party."
didn't party, doesn't
You
even
didn't-
drink.
But also,
don't
you
party.
were a UM football player, which basically puts you above.
You're an elitist at
like,
that point. Yeah.
Like you want the drunk frat boy parties. That's what the stereotypical college party is, and there's not.
Was EJ in a frat?
No, I don't think so. I think we
I was
would
going to
have
ask
heard
about
of that.
his hazings.
We would have heard. I'm sure he was hazed in football some.
Yeah. The football organization is kind of like a big frat. It's like if you're involved into that, that's the only thing you need to be
Like
involved in.
Gainesville, I know you had some time in Gainesville. I did as well.
Yeah.
Those parties were epic. I had some time in Tallahassee is where I went most of the time to party because most of my friends went to Florida State.
Yeah.
And when I would go there, I'll just be honest with you, I couldn't handle the parties. Like I was not up to that level. Those people, when they partied. It's like cocaine and doing whippets and just all the booze. I'm not that guy.
Well, it's always just big keg parties. Like that's where,
With
like,
just hundreds of people.
I know like pool parties were a big thing in Gainesville for a while. They do like giant pool parties at the different
EJ said he
apartment
didn't
complex.
party. He's in there.
He didn't?
He did not.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is a nerd.
Yeah, he's a nerd.
But I guarantee you, like some of the football players definitely did. But if you were a UM football player, you got into the clubs and stuff like that. They weren't letting Joe Schmo that went to UM in there. They don't give a damn. You were above the rest because everybody loves UM down in Miami, though. So as a player, you were, people were giving money and stuff. It still happens.
I'm remembering a party I went to in Florida State, and I can't remember the name of the player, but he was a player for the Florida State Seminoles who was at the party we were at. And we were still aware that he was like a prospect for the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And we were aware of like his status. And it was funny because he was sitting on, I can picture this in my brain. He was sitting on like a fireplace, the mantle, the bottom part of the mantle where you usually set the stuff that you use to whack the fire and scoop the ashes, whatever, the tools. And he's sitting there and he had a guitar and he was just sitting there noodling on a guitar. And I want to say it was like Charlie Ward, but I'm not that old. But I don't know.
It was someone.
It was someone, but I remember them saying, "Oh yeah, do you know who that is over there? Yeah, he was just over there noodling on a guitar."
It's crazy how fickle like professional sports they are, because remember when Johnny Townsend's son was a punter going on to the Raiders?
Yeah,
right?
he signed their bathroom.
He
gave us hats. He signed the hats.
He came in the show and then like they were like, "Oh, congratulations!" and then literally before the season started, traded to another team, and it's like,
Traded to
man,
the Giants.
And I don't think he's still even playing, right?
Yeah, he is.
He is?
He just floats around. He's like a journeyman punter now.
Is he a starting punter for a team?
I think he's a backup.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that, but he dances around a lot. What makes me know that is he dances around in Madden. Like you'll see him on different teams.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he bounces around.
Because I saw a Townsend one time punting.
His brother does too. Look up.
His brother's a punter too.
I think so. Look up Johnny Townsend and see where he's at. He got traded to the Giants, if I remember correctly, from Las Vegas.
It's just so rare that you're in a professional sports league for that many or for that long. It's like the turnaround is insane.
Yeah, it's
And then so
crazy.
even if you're like, oh, you're making the NFL, oh, didn't make
Also,
it.
how do they decide that? Because it's like he was healthy. It's like, how do you decide? Well, like, oh, this guy's better. How do you even know that?
Dude, some of it has to do with like roster and the cap and like things that are out of your control. And
Both
like,
of the brothers play for the Chiefs.
Both?
Yeah.
The Townsend brothers are
Yeah,
two
Kansas
punters on the
City
Chiefs?
signed Townsend's brother Johnny Townsend to its practice squad on Thursday. This is in December of 2021.
Gotcha.
And then activated Johnny on Saturday, and he took his brother's place during the 36. So they both play on the same team. That's pretty cool.
And both punters?
Yeah.
That's got to be a
no way they both make the fight because no one's keeping two punters on the roster.
I hope they do though. Two punters, same name, and they're related. That's
I
weird
love it.
because it's such a weird thing.
Most of the time, it's rare for even brothers to play on the same team.
Not in baseball. God almighty.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like factories of humans. Like you'll see there's a guy that plays for the Braves, Contreras. He's like William Contreras, and his brother, Willem Contreras, plays on like the Cubs. They look exactly alike.
I know we've said this before, but has there been a father-son that have got to play together on the same team? Because I know they talk about like
I believe in baseball, yes.
they've talked about with like LeBron and stuff, and like
Yes.
maybe LeBron's son they'll get to play on the same team at one point, but it looks unlikely. And then and in football, it's almost happened.
Can I give you a hot take? Because you're the only one here that has sons. If you were a coach, I do not like it. I think Nashville FC, the coach has his son on the team. Adrian Heath, when he was our coach here, he had his son on the team. I don't like that. I've never liked it. It just feels weird to me
Yeah.
when you're coaching your son.
Well,
And it's not going to work out good for either of you because
No.
either you're going to play him too much and they're going to go favoritism, or you're going to be mindful of that and pull him back
Right.
and hinder his own career.
yeah, you'd be hard on him. I feel like
Too hard on him.
But
Oh, Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr., EJ says.
they
That's
play
a good
together.
one. That's a good one.
That would be
That'd be weird.
Johnny
Insane.
and Tommy Townsend.
That's neat that they're both punters on the same team, and also
for
probably
sure they're still not. I mean, that definitely changed.
But think about this: while that's happening, you have let's say you only have a couple of months where that is the greatest. Imagine having a sibling, someone in your family that you love, and you both get to share. That's awesome.
although these guys are ultra competitive and probably
I'm better than you.
yeah,
a-hole.
yeah, like they're a lot of these football players aren't that sensitive, so I imagine it's not that big of a deal. They just want the position because no matter what, you can only be one starting punter, so
Yeah.
they're competing against each other. So they're probably
That's true.
pissed off, and they probably would rather compete against non-brother, right? Because they're like you want to beat
you're right.
the person. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're right because they care about him. Real quick, and I hate to get serious, but we've had a lot of media outlets reach out to us because we were the last podcast and radio show to talk to the late Ray Liotta, and just our condolences to the world. Just gonna put that out there and see if we can get some of that sweet Bob Saget again. Get a little action. We gotta start leaking those out there and make people think that we're bigger than we are. You want to do a couple voicemails?
Yeah.
We got time. We got
do?
time.
Okay,
to
let's
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah, we
Let's
got
do it.
time to do them. Let's try this one. Anyway.
Hey, Tom, Dan, Sam. Hope you're all doing all right. Wish I could say the same. As I sit here on I-4 at around 7 o'clock in the morning, just pondering on what the hell I'm doing. Just wanted to get your input. So I worked the past 2 years and a half from home since this whole COVID situation. But now I found a better paying job, a better job. I enjoy it more than I previously did it. But I have to go to the office. And then it's Monday through Friday situation. And the whole thing about it is that I live about an hour 20 minutes, an hour 15 with good traffic from work or from the office itself. So every morning, if I'm not out by 6 a.m., I'm stuck in traffic like I am now. Today I left at 6:10 and I'm still in traffic.
All right,
So I
we
don't-
got your
Okay,
question.
He's upset. He's
Yeah. I see.
traumatized by it.
It's a hard thing because I see what the guy's dilemma is, and a lot of people are putting this all the time. Where like maybe you're offered a higher paying job, but it comes with the consequence of either more time spent in that job, inconvenience,
or, yeah.
and then
You gotta weigh out the pros and cons, buddy.
and it's hard to weigh out because a lot of times you don't know exactly what the cons are until you're doing
Right,
it,
yeah.
and it's too late. So once you're stuck in traffic and you're like, man, this is the 5th day in a row, it's taking me 2 hours to get home, and then you're like, well, this was a wrong decision. I could have been working from home, and and it's hard to understand what the value of $10,000 or $20,000 more a year is, right?
Well, because in the chat room is going somewhere where I think you and I would go on this is that I think it's easy to know the value of what your boss is paying you in currency, right? Like we can look at that, and if you're making $65,000, you know exactly what that means, but you can't as quickly throw a number on the hours that you have in a day, or when you're going to die, or how long, how often you get to see your family, or like you said, you're going to stay in on Sunday or Monday, you said, because you just love your home and you want to be around there. Well, you obviously have a good idea of a value of what that brings. Sometimes it's not that easy.
And money, like you should look at money as how much more will it change my quality of life, right? So after a certain amount of money, I think they've even said it like 70,000 or whatever it is, anything, not that much, like between 10 and 20,000, $30,000 more is not necessarily changing your quality of life day to day that much. So it's like if you're going to give up some sort of quality of life for $30,000 a year, you may think twice about doing that because it's not going to enhance your life that much more.
Well, you have to be honest with yourself, right? Because you have to sit back and go, okay, I know that I am getting more money, and I know that I could afford more things or possibly put away more money, but then you have to look at it and go well, do I really need more money? Do I have a goal? Do I want to travel? Am I saving for something? If you're not, you might be better suited to just take your time back and work from home.
So it's interesting because a buddy of mine just went through this where he took a job in a different state and he had to relocate his whole family, buy a house there, this whole thing. It was far away from all his friends and family, right?
Yeah.
And I talked to him. I was like, well, how much more is it? Because I was expecting it to be a ton more, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, for you to have to sell your house, the house they love,
It's a lot to do.
And then move all the way up out of state, far.
They also have children.
Yeah. And so
which does complicate things a lot.
So he's like, he told me, he's like, it's not that much. It's a significant pay increase, but in the city now I'm living in, it's a little more expensive.
Well, you got to do the percentages though.
But he did say something that I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He's like, in the long run, I'm betting that this is a good decision for my career
To grow.
and to grow. In 10 years I'll be in a way better place than if I stayed here for 10 years. And so
let's face it, Florida doesn't have the best schools, and if you have kids, I mean,
yeah
True.
he didn't take any of that.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, nothing to do with schools or anything. He's just like, for my own career,
my own monetary future.
Yeah, I won't be better immediately, and then maybe in the first year someone could look at all this on paper and be like, man, that's a lot of that you gave up and changed for a small increment.
Yeah.
But in 10 years he's betting on himself that in 10 years he'll be in a vastly better position. So you got to look at that too. There was the long run, because as you get older, I even noticed every year that passes I start looking further in the future and start realizing okay, let's plan this where in 5 years and 6 years or 10 years, because you realize it's coming. I remember when I was young, I used to have this thought that you were going to die young. I think a lot of people thought when you're in your 20s, you're looking at 50s, who cares? I'll never.
You and I are going to live forever. Oasis.
It was just so far away that I wasn't planning for my 50s because when I was in 22.
50s?
22
5 years.
No, but
5 years for me, buddy.
But it's hard to gain perspective when you're so
Our
young.
comedian is calling us now, which is unfortunate because we have another person that's supposed to be zooming with us.
That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
We'll just have to reschedule. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, well, they'll take a break. Bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time we have our friend Erin from the Orange County Library System on Zoom. How you doing, Erin?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So there are tons of things going on now in the summer with the Orange County Library System. And let's start with the summer reading because I know my wife literally just brought this up. I guess we got a list of books that our kids are going to be reading next year. And they give it to you so that you can kind of get a jump start over the summer.
You can prepare, absolutely.
And then Crystal was like, I'm going to get all these books from the library. And
Smart.
And that way Tommy and Max can get used to reading them so that when they, actually get into second and third grade, they feel more comfortable. It's like they already read it. They know the book, whatever. It seems a little cheating, but I like cheating.
No,
so
I support. We both have always been supporters of cheating, and this sounds like a great loophole that they can take advantage of.
So tell us about the summer reading system there.
Well, we don't support cheating. We want everyone to play fair. But yeah, we try to encourage literacy with kids and with adults every summer with our massive summer reading program. This year, after 2 years of doing everything virtually, we are reintroducing in-person programs, which is exciting.
Nice.
We're going to have everything from our performers that we used to have, like Yeehaw Bob. Gatorland comes and brings animals and does cool animal programs.
Hold on, who's Yeehaw Bob?
Okay,
he works at Disney.
Okay, Erin, so I apologize. Before you know what? You and Yeehaw Bob have a lot in common. Some would even say that Drunky the Bear may have pushed Yeehaw Bob out of being Orlando's favorite mascot. I'm just saying.
Oh.
He works out at the Port Orleans Resort at River Roost.
What's his gimmick?
He performs piano and singing.
Yeah, he's a musician.
But he's like an old-timey cowboy or the Yeehaw Bob? Just a regular dude?
He wears like
jean shorts?
suspenders and
He's
a
kind of
hat.
got a little blippy, but not quite.
Okay, but it's old-timey blippy, right? Yeehaw Bob.
More normal.
All right. So this is going on now till the kids go back to school or till
all summer, yeah.
Labor Day?
Yeah, it kicks off June 4th. So that's when we officially start summer reading, and it goes through July 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you got a decent amount of time there. The blue bags from the library have already started showing up at my house. My wife, too, went through the summer reading list that Maisie got from her new teacher, and we just started ordering them. You can just...
Yeah. If they give it to you.
So
it's
easy.
It's like here's the answers to the test.
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing. What else do you guys have going on?
We have stuff for adults as well as kids. We'd like to tell people that the summer reading program is not just for children.
Sure.
So we try to put on some fun stuff for people to come and engage with the library, in a different level. Some of it is, kind of crafty type programs. You can learn to make jewelry or learn to make like felted animals, like cute, cool little crafts that, are just a good way to spend some time. But we also try to put on some cool educational programs. And some of the things we have coming up this summer is a dolphin conservation program with a dolphin conservation expert. She's going to be doing a virtual event with us in July about dolphins, and she's going to be streaming in from Suriname to talk about dolphin habitat and dolphins around the world, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We also have an in-person program with Patty Lou's Donuts downtown in honor of National Donut Day in June, and I think that'll be cool. They'll talk about how to make donuts, why donuts are a thing. Patty Lou's Donuts are really fantastic. It's going to be an in-person program. They'll probably give away some samples because they bring us samples at the library sometimes.
I think that's
delicious,
a book.
So.
Isn't that a kid's book? If you give a mouse a donut, I think that's a book.
Something like that, yeah. Close enough.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll...
You give a moose a muffin?
Yeah, all those books, but there's one about a donut. I've got it at my house, but I know they can weave that in there. Donuts are a hot topic among the children. They love the donuts.
Well, let's talk dolphins
dog
for a
a
second.
donut.
If you give a dog a donut, okay.
From when I grew up, I watched the show Flipper.
You're that old? That was a
There was a
70s show.
Yeah, I know.
I just
know,
knew the movie.
But they
It was
replayed
a show first.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
and I'm talking about real young, and this was in the 80s, but it was just like reruns, right, from the 70s. But
Sure.
from the 70s show Flipper, I, as a young child, was convinced that if we, I would see wild dolphins, going out on my dad's boat or whatever.
And you try to talk to them?
But I was like, why aren't they coming up to us and jumping out of the water.
Did it make you feel?
Why are they far away?
Was it a series of passive bullying that you had, where maybe you looked at the dolphin and you're like, "Well, I must not be as attractive or as nice as the kid in the Flipper show," and did it make you feel less than?
It's just they weaved a tale that the dolphin that you saw
it's
a while
special.
back.
You gotta have like a really wicked smart dolphin.
And then there was Sea Lab 2020, where they had the dolphin that was like a super intelligent robo
They
dolphin.
are super intelligent.
I know, but
They're also super horny.
All right.
Sorry,
Aaron.
Yeah, but that's true. That's a fact. They won't tell that to the kids, but maybe the adult version.
So Donut Day, that'll be popular with our
Donuts.
listeners.
yeah, back
Yes.
to donuts.
Donuts are happening June 17th at the library. Dolphins aren't happening until July. I can't tell you exactly what she's going to cover, so tune in and it might be interesting.
I think it's
So
really
check
cool
it
that
out.
you guys
July
do
12th.
a lot of those, like, where you have people from a different area that normally we would never get the opportunity to talk to, like Les Stroud, or, like people that just from all over the globe, like, hey, they're going to beam in from the middle of Saudi Arabia, or, hey, live from the pyramids in Egypt, it's this person to be your keynote speaker. It's really neat that we're able to do that sort of stuff.
Also, Erin,
Yeah, COVID made it possible for us to learn to do these things because we didn't really have that kind of access before. So that has been a really cool thing.
Yeah, it makes everything feel a little bit more connected. I don't know. Yes, Tom.
my wife watched the movie Dolphin Tale, or A Dolphin's Tale.
Is that
Right.
about, that's about, what's that
A lot
dolphin?
of dolphin shows and movies.
Yeah, but that dolphin is the one that had its tail missing.
Yes, and
a
prosthetic.
And then it just recently passed away. that
Yeah,
dolphin.
no,
Very
but,
sad.
But in the movie, and then my wife was telling me, she's like, "There's this dolphin," and then put a prosthetic tail on it, and then it swam fine.
Yeah.
And then,
Faster than a regular dolphin.
and I was never that impressed by that because
Why would you say that in front of our guests?
no,
know-
Erin will understand. It's just because
Don't tell Erin how to feel.
because it's gonna move its tail as if it has one or not instinctually, because that's what animals do. Like whether it's there or not, it's gonna move. So if you put something on there like a prosthetic V, like to emulate the fin, it's gonna work, right? Because it's still moving its nub.
This guy's always about the prosthetic V's every minute of the day.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not that
That dolphin
impressive.
was overcoming adversity. That's what it's about. It's a theme.
Yeah.
No,
So we
I-
should be happy for that.
She's also disagreeing with you. You said she was going to agree with you.
No,
you were wrong.
No, I understand the overall movie is a good, lighthearted, and I'm like,
But
yeah,
you
it's
said
over.
you were not impressed.
Well, I wasn't that impressed. Like everybody gave the dolphin a lot of credit for
Well,
learning.
they
what
should
the
have given the guy who made the prosthetic.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
hold
I was
on.
like, who? And the whatever the person that put it on there, because it's probably hard
Yeah,
to
that
get it
thing's
on.
probably trying to bite your fingers off. You know how hard it is to put
The
a
hole
prosthetic.
is strong.
You can't hold it. You gotta
Yeah.
put one Benadryl down its blowhole to get it to cool out.
But then once you get it on there, it's just gonna act like it always acted, and it's gonna move it's gonna be able to swim. And then so everybody's like, "Oh wow, he's doing it." And I'm just like, "Well, of course he is. You got it on there."
and
He's
then
just
there's some scientist there. He's like, I 3D printed that for 9 years. It took me to 3D print.
yeah. The scientist that 3D printed it should get all the credit. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's the scientist.
There's
I agree.
another movie to be made about unsung heroes, and maybe you can pitch that because I think you've got something there.
Yeah, but we
No.
could make it like really sad, like the one that what was it? Greg Kinnear was in that movie about the man that invented the windshield wipers, and then his patent was stolen by like Ford or whatever it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
And then I think the end of that movie is just like I drank myself to death, and killed myself in front of my family, and I'm like, whoa, that went sour.
Erin, let's talk composting, because it's something that I've always wanted
Good
to
segue.
do for my plants, because I'm a plantman. And but I'm too lazy to take all my garbage.
What do you mean? Your whole garage is a
I
compost
heard
heap.
you have 7 garbage cans. You can use some of this for compost.
I know. So there's a class on composting coming up.
There is. I just looked it up, and it's actually happening the next one is August. But we partner with O-Town Compost to give people some education on how to do it. And I actually took one of these, and I do it at home now, and it's really easy. You get like a little bin. You put it on your countertop. It's a little thing. You just throw stuff in there all day. And when it fills up, you take it out to your composter and empty it out. And it makes it super easy. So we will be teaching you how to do that at the library
That's awesome.
in August. And that's going to be at our West Oaks branch. So you just get on our website and do a search for composting, and you will find that event.
Nice.
Do you have to use fresh food? Because all I feed my family is processed garbage.
There'll be a lot of Cheez-Its in that garden.
Like, I'm
A
pretty
lot
sure
of,
if I threw 2 Eggos and some
Pepperidge Farms goldfish.
some Pepperidge Farms goldfish and cheese puffs in a it would look the same.
I think you're
if I
killing
left
the
it a year.
environment.
Like if I put some in some dirt and left it there for a year, if I came back a year later, it's exactly the same. It would be dry, but that's it. It wouldn't turn into anything, right? Sorry.
I think you're right.
So it's got to be some sort of organic material that's healthy.
Do you use all, I mean, like, not to spoil the thing and jump into composting, but can you use like meat byproducts? Can you use like vegetable waste? Like, are there particular things you have to stick with?
It's vegetable matter. You can use bread, eggshells, but no meat, nothing like protein oriented goes into the composter. It's all those things you think of as like biodegradable stuff. So bread, though, is a good one, and eggshells are great. They're good for the garden, and they keep a lot of plants.
Tom says his sons eat like 20 eggs a morning. Like, these guys are like athletes. They're like weightlifters.
Don't use McDonald's
French fries.
apple slices
Okay.
because they will not break down.
You know they're coated in plastic to keep them from turning brown.
They'll sit.
They
will
spray
not
them with plastic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Something. They put some magic on them. I don't know whatever was in Frosty's hat. Same stuff.
Because if you leave a McDonald's apple slice out, it will not turn
forever.
brown.
It doesn't. Here's the
5 days.
Aaron, here's the part that should scare. Here's the
What
part that
is
should
that?
terrify you. It doesn't even dry out. Like, you can put it in one of those dehumidifiers, like to make like apple chips. The thing will stay perfect. It'll fight the humidifier. It's like it won't. It can't.
What is it?
I don't know.
What's in it?
That's why I say they dip them in plastic. I have no facts to back that up, but that's what I'm not an idiot, and I think that's what they do. It's something.
Because regular apples will turn brown in minutes.
Yeah, in Florida, you cut an apple. There's 2 things I know about Florida. If you cut an apple, 35 seconds, you have a turd brown apple. Here's another one, bread. If you take Wonder Bread, I love Wonder Bread. It's not super healthy, but I like the way it tastes. If I want to make a peanut butter sandwich and I pull the bread out, if I take 2 slices out, I have a window of 17 seconds to put that peanut butter on that bread before it gets stale. 17 seconds. Fast.
Sorry, Erin.
That's okay.
So
I get it.
you can find all this information at ocls.info.
Yes, sir.
You know, the list of
There's tons of stuff
everything.
to search for, and and go
Yeah,
through.
keep your kids busy over the summer.
Yeah.
Take
Trust
them to the
me,
library.
I'm doing it. In fact, Andrea and Maisie are going to the library tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. One of the days that she doesn't have a camp, they just planned a library day, and they're going to just hit it up and see what they can get into.
But get your card. Like, that's the thing. If
Yes.
you're an Orange County resident, get your card for free. Even if you're not, you could utilize some of their services for a small fee. But it is super affordable, and they put a lot of effort into all these programs. And
I would
it's
tell them
crazy.
they put too much effort into it, but I don't want them to take away any of the awesome
I
stuff
know.
that they do. But it is amazing the amount that you guys provide, and I hope you know how much we certainly do appreciate it. OCLS.info. And again, you just click on the little link, and it's easy to sign up to get your card.
Yeah, you can do it online. It takes like minutes, and you get your card in the mail. You don't even have to come to the library to sign up. Or you can just go to the library and they'll give it to you on site. It's so easy, and it is free. There's no charge for our services at all.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, Erin, it was a pleasure talking to you today, and we'll catch up with you next month and talk some more Orange County Library System.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
See ya.
See ya.
That is Erin live from the Orange County Library System. I like when you said that. You got gifted a idea bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I hear that sound, I'm like, oh, it's done.
You know what I think that is? I am conditioned as an anxiety man to hear that bell and think, something bad. Bad email. It's a bad email. It's a bad email.
That's the boss. That's Mr. Orange County.
Yeah,
saying, shut it down.
Yeah, the guy, the little one, he's talking about compost and horny or something.
Why are you advertising with these fools?
What are you doing? Does it work? Does it work?
Yeah, I'm sure anybody listening to this can't even read.
Wow.
Why would you say that?
Listen to them talk. Anyway, bye-bye.